Howdy, howdy, folks. It is Diecastbuffet here again. Welcome back to another NASCAR Diecast review, and today we have one of the most aggressive drivers in the sport, and arguably one of the most popular. He's definitely a fan favorite to some, and some people really don't like him. Personally, I love him. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Alrighty, folks, we're out of the good old box, and brand new. Here is the Advent Health Chevrolet Camaro for Ross Chastain. I tell you what, man, this is one incredible looking diecast, and if you're a fan of middle door numbers, this is the closest thing you're probably going to get to it. Look how far from middle is the number one right there. That looks fantastic to me. It looks so good. And I tell you what, this is an awesome paint scheme. Of course, got this one over there from our friends at B Diecast. You can too if it's still in stock, and you can save on shipping with the promo code Diecastbuffet for any orders, $30 or more. So let's go ahead and dive into this diecast review here, guys. You get Advent Health right there on the hood. You can see how it goes over the louvers, a little bit over these blue fender panels, if you will. Get the front of the diecast here. You got a lime green stripe. You got some blue. You got the lime green number 1. Sunoco, black splitter. Very clean looking paint scheme. Got Trackhouse Racing. First time that Trackhouse had 2 full-time entries in the sport. And I tell you what, for 3 wins thus far as the time of this video, I'd say they've done an admirable job. I mean, you think about it, how many teams, think about the Furniture Row Racings, the Front Row Motorsports, just all the teams that have came in the sport and they've tried everything and they couldn't get anywhere, right? Or it took them borderline a decade to get there. They spent 2 years, granted they pretty much took whatever was left of Ganassi, but still, it took them pretty much 2 years, and they're already borderline championship contenders. I mean, Chastain, you know, if you win the right races, you're in the Final Four. You know, that's just the way it works. And Suarez had an amazing season. But yeah, I tell you what, they gained a lot of respect throughout the garage area, how fast they were in 2022. So got Goodyear Cup Series, got the number 1. Again, I love it how it's in the middle right there. You know, the middle is right here, pretty much, you know, right there between the window net post. That's pretty much where I see it. But I tell you what, in terms of number placement, this is the best one, pun intended. And, you know, when they did the initial artwork for all the first paint schemes being announced, you know, the pre-orders and stuff, this is my favorite one that they talked about or showed because of that middle number placement. And then this paint scheme is incredible. So you have kind of a bright medium tone blue. And then it kind of transitions. You got some random jagged stripes. I mean, you could definitely tell they went crazy with this paint scheme, and I like that. But then it transitions to this traditional kind of I'm just going to call it what it is, nursing scrubs green. That's what it reminds me of. And if you don't know what scrubs are, it's like the outfits they wear or whatnot. But that's what it reminds me of, just like a medical green, which is interesting. But then you have the Advent Health. You have the watermelon right there, which is really cool, and a random green stripe. There's just a lot to like with this paint scheme, and it would look great in anyone's collection or, you know, stop motion. So you got Ross Chastain. Not a fan of how small the name placement is there. I mean, it's just like you have this gigantic panel here, and they choose the smallest logo. It's got Moose. I don't even know what the beamoose.org joint is. I don't even know what that is. Trackhouse Chevrolet. You go to the right side, you got Worldwide Express and Jockey. I got American Ethanol. Let's go to the back end of the car. I love the back bumper detail. This is really cool. So you have, once again, the dark green that kind of transitions to that sky blue. You have the Camaro that's perfectly tucked in the middle of that, looks like a stretched out base plate. I got Advent Health once again, the green number 1, which is on the roof, which looks really good. Trackhouse Racing, ZL1. Go to the right side of this diecast. Just a really modern, good-looking paint scheme. It really does look good, guys. One of my favorite paint schemes that have been released. You can't see the but the name panel screwed up. The B post is pretty screwed up. That one looks like a melted cheesecake that happens. But yeah, this is a pretty cool paint scheme. Go to the roof of the car. You got the, once again, bright number 1. It's not day glow. It's off camera. It literally looks like Shrek green. I'm just going to keep it 100% honest with y'all. But on camera, it picks it up a lot brighter. You got Advent Health, Chastain. You got Advent Health once again. And you know what's interesting is these side pods here. I love what I see this. Like, the side pods, they have these little crinkles and stuff in it. And I'm like, man, you know, whenever I build one of these and I have crinkles right here, I'm like, man, I'm just terrible at it. But then I look at the official produced card, it actually has those crinkles in it, and it makes you feel a lot better about yourself. But this is a really cool diecast. So he won 2 races in 2022, again, at the time of this video. He won Talladega, and then he won COTA. He won in the, what is it, the Worldwide Express paint scheme, I think, at COTA. And then at Talladega, he won in the Moose car. At least that's what I remember. So it would be really nice to see him win in the Advent Health Camaro, because this is a fire-looking paint scheme. Now, if I could say something about the wheels and what I would do with this paint scheme, I would like to see a graphite color on this. I think that would look really cool. You can see on the Chase Elliott, there's a kind of a graphite color. It's not dark black. It's like charcoal, metallic kind of look to it. I think that would look really good on this #1 car. Not that the black wheels don't look good, but I just think a little bit extra would be nice. I would be okay if it had chrome numbers. I think that'd be cool. But if they did do chrome numbers, they need to make sure the roof one is chrome as well, or at least something along those lines. But regardless, what do y'all think about this car, guys? This is a very, very cool looking paint scheme. First Trackhouse Racing diecast in the studio. Big fan of it, guys. Really a big fan of it. And you know, Chastain, look, this is going to sound kind of crazy, but if I was a race car driver and I had to replicate one driver's style and how I truly feel like I would race like, I know I'd be the worst driver in the world, but in terms of like passive to aggressiveness, I would race exactly like Chastain type mentality. I would go out there every lap, move whoever I had to, and go for it. That's how I believe stock car racing should be. I would be the worst driver in the world still, but I'm just saying that's how I would look at it. I love that he's willing to go out there and put the bumper to someone, race them hard, move them out of the way, and not even care. I love that. I absolutely love that. To me, that is like the old school true essence of stock car racing. You know, I'm a huge Jeff Burton fan, but it frustrates me so much seeing him run second and he gets to the bumper of the leader and he doesn't even move him. You know, he could have easily won the '07 Bristol race when Kyle Busch won, but he didn't move him. He could have moved him easily and won it, but he didn't, and it still frustrates me to this day. So that's, I think, I'm a huge Jeff Burton fan, but I never like the extreme passive mentality when it comes to when the race wins on the line. I want a driver like Chastain who's willing to put the bumper to the guy. You don't have to dump him. You don't have to hook him right in the fence like Larson and Bubba. Just nudge him up the racetrack. Go underneath them. That's all you got to do. That's the way I think stock car racing should be. That's my honest opinion. Or you don't have to be like Joey Logano and dump him and Byron in the corner. Just knock him up the racetrack, move him around, and keep on going. That's how I think it should be. What do y'all think? Feel free to leave your comments down below. Thank you all again for watching. Have a great one, everybody. Diecast Buffet. Signing off.